What is going on, everybody? How is it going? Now we have Scarlet Spider's issue 1, which ties into the Spider-Verse. Now, if you remember in Amazing Spider-Man issue 10, we actually had Ben Reilly and Kane realize that the Inheritors have gained access to the cloning technology. So basically, the Inheritors have cloned themselves multiple times, so when they killed Deimos just came back. It's basically like that. So they're pretty much unstoppable now. Think about it as unlimited Inheritors. Like, it's bad enough that they have to kill one, but to have to beat loads of them is going to be impossible, or near to impossible. But yeah, so Jessica Drew of the Ultimate Universe, Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly, and Kane of the 616 universe have actually gone through the portal to the exact place where these clones are actually originating from. So that is what this issue is about. So without further ado, we might as well get into it. So to kick it off, yes, this is the 1610 Ultimate Universe Jessica Drew. Now, in All New Ultimates, I'm not entirely sure which issue, but she did actually give up being Spider-Woman, and she is now the new Black Widow. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on, we actually have these guys walking through the door into what they think would be like a disastrous dimension. And it's actually a massive city. It kind of looks like Spider-Man 2099, but like a more down-to-earth version. But yeah, so one thing I actually want to point out is that I absolutely love Scarlet Spider's costume in this comic. It's like that I've always liked Scarlet Spider's costume, but this version of it is just awesome. Just, I don't know, maybe it's just the art, maybe it's just the way it's drawn. By the way, I am talking about Ben Reilly's costume, by the way, I'm not talking about Kane's, but one of the most awesome things about Kane's costume is that he can actually turn invisible, and these two, Jessica Drew and Ben Reilly, actually have to wear these patient, like, clothes, which kind of don't cover up the back. So, luckily, Kane doesn't have to wear them. He can just turn invisible and warn Ben and Jessica if anyone's coming and stuff like that. And they actually come across an army of clones in these patient clothes. Now, obviously, they're kind of like zombies, they're kind of like robots, they just kind of do not notice Jessica Drew and Ben Reilly whatsoever. And then this scientist guy basically just spots them straight away, and Kane manages to web him up. But of course, now their cover is blown, they have to sprint as fast as they can, change into the clothes. But one of the most awesome things about this comic, as I've already said, is the humorous side to it. And they actually said that they wanted to try and keep all of like the destruction and the fighting in that building, and then 2 seconds later an explosion just fires out of the side of the building. And I like this page here actually as well on screen. There's actually like a bit of narration in the comic where it's actually talking about Kane being the most aggressive one, who's afraid of his powers, and of course Spider-Woman, who is like the most aware, like she's seen everything, she sees everything before she looks before she jumps basically. And then we have Iron Man come down, like Tony Stark, and they actually think that he's a friendly version, but in reality, no, he's not. One thing that you've got to remember is that in this universe, everyone has been cloned or genetically altered to obey the Inheritors, like, well, at least the Inheritor in this universe anyway. So everyone's kind of working for him, they all have the same idea, but Kane just gives a solid punch to Tony Stark's face and knocks him clean out, which is just so awesome. But then we go over to the Inheritor, who's actually saying that the web is trembling, so obviously he knows that something is going down in the Spider-Verse. But then, another thing that's really interesting about this comic is that Jessica Drew actually dismantled Tony Stark's armor off his body. Now, of course, Tony Stark has a bunch of safeguards on his suit. It's not like someone can just walk up and press a button. So Tony Stark from the Ultimate Universe actually taught Jessica Drew how to dismantle his Iron Man armor. And what you've got to remember is that Jessica Drew was actually part of the Ultimates in the Ultimate Universe, which is just so freaking awesome. And again with Scarlet Spider's costume, look at how awesome it looks here in this panel. Just looks so good. And I don't know, it must be just the drawing or the art or something, but I've never seen, maybe it looks like he's got a bit of a big head, maybe, or the eyes on his mask a bit bigger. But again, one of the things that I like about Ben Reilly is that he doesn't see a bad side, he never sees it as if he's gonna lose. Like, you know how he just said there, I'm Spider-Man, so I know that I'm gonna win. So yeah, I love that kind of attitude from him in this comic, but of course Jessica Drew is the one that finally comes up with a plan to get into the building where the inheritor is. I can't remember his name. Oh wait, yeah I do, it's Genix. Genix is his name. I was going to say Drax at first, but no, it's Genix. So basically, Ben Reilly is dressed up as Iron Man. He's in the Iron Man armor, and of course, when he's got his mask down, his voice sounds like Iron Man, so it's completely fine. But once they get in there, they just start unleashing all this mayhem. And then this voice comes from the side, and it's actually Johnny Storm saying, "I know that face anywhere, that's Peter Parker." And of course, he's talking about Kane's face. But in my opinion, Kane does not look anything like Peter Parker for some reason. Like, I don't know, Jessica Drew in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics looks like Peter Parker, but Jessica Drew in this comic looks nothing like a girl version of Peter Parker. I don't know why, maybe... Anyway, yeah, basically, I did not see the resemblance of Peter Parker in Kane or Jessica Drew, but yeah, so it seems like Johnny Storm and the rest of the Fantastic Four possibly have been genetically altered and cloned and stuff like that to obey Genix. So basically Genix has just created his own universe, his own dimension of Genix servants type of thing. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love the humour. I thought the story was really interesting, and I kind of wish they didn't leave it on a cliffhanger, because the next Scarlet Spiders issue isn't for a while. So it's either 2 weeks away or a month away, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I hate cliffhangers. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below, and that would be interesting to hear your thoughts. Sadly, I'm not doing a giveaway, but make sure you go to the link in the description to follow me and like my Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch for live streams and stuff like that. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like my videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.